So one of the other key concepts that goes hand in hand with testing is how do you debug your code? So in a traditional application environment, you've got this really nice ability to connect your IDE over a remote debugging port to an instance of your application that's running either locally or in a remote environment. Unfortunately, with AWS Lambda, that's not possible anymore because inbound connections are not allowed on arbitrary ports. Even if you could launch the application with debugging enabled and open up that port on the local Lambda instance, the service itself would block your ability to connect to it. So running an interactive debugger where you can single step through your code against a remote Lambda process is simply not possible. In order to enable this type of interactive debugging session, we can again turn back to the application frameworks we talked about previously. AWS SAM gives you the ability to launch a local version of your Lambda function that runs in a Docker container on your own workstation. This gives you the ability to connect to it and debug in an interactive session through your IDE the same way that you would with any kind of other traditional application. So when we start taking a look at what a debugging session would look like, typically what happens is you've got your IDE open with all of your code. You can make edits and changes to that code. Any of those changes that you make locally are going to get automatically updated and reflected in the version that's running within SAM CLI. And then you can make requests via something like a front end that's running in a browser or other automated unit tests against that instance of your application running locally and connect your IDE debugger using all of the standard protocols and ports that you would normally in order to gain access to that remote debugging functionality that you need.